That familiar feeling. You open your eyes, and the clock glows 3:00 a.m., or maybe 3:15, or 3:30. No matter the exact minute, it's that unwelcome hour, often called the witching hour for sleep, when your body decides to call it quits on slumber. You lie there, mind racing, replaying conversations, worrying about tomorrow, or simply staring at the ceiling, longing for sleep that just won't come. The frustration builds. You know how vital sleep is, especially as we get a little older. For everything from memory to mood to simply having the energy to enjoy your day. But night after night, the pattern repeats, leaving you groggy and dragging through the day. You might think it's just part of getting older, something you have to put up with. But what if I told you that waking up at 3 a.m. isn't random? What if your body is trying to tell you something important, and the answer to why you keep waking up might truly surprise you? It's not always what you expect. In this video, we're going to explore some surprising, often overlooked reasons why your sleep is interrupted around that mysterious hour. And more importantly, what you can do about it with simple, practical changes. We'll uncover how some seemingly small daily habits, and even how you manage your thoughts, are playing a much bigger role than you realize. Watch to the end, because I promise, there's something waiting for you that will truly surprise you. Something that ties it all together and could finally help you reclaim your nights. Let's dive right into the first, often overlooked reason why your body might be stirring you awake in the wee hours: the blood sugar roller coaster. Imagine your body like a car engine. It needs a steady supply of fuel to run smoothly. If you give it a big surge of high-octane fuel, like a sugary dessert or refined carbohydrates just before bed, your blood sugar spikes. Your body, being incredibly efficient, immediately releases insulin to bring that sugar down. But here's the tricky part: if that insulin response is too strong, or if your system is particularly sensitive, your blood sugar can drop too low a few hours later. This sudden dip, often occurring between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., triggers your body's alarm system. It thinks it's in an emergency, a low fuel situation, and releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to raise your blood sugar back up. And what do stress hormones do? They wake you up. Suddenly, you're wide awake, perhaps feeling a little anxious, heart maybe even pounding slightly. With that familiar 3 a.m. alertness, it's your body's primal survival mechanism, but it's certainly not conducive to a restful night. So, what can you do about it? The key isn't to starve yourself before bed, but to be mindful of what and when you eat your last meal or snack. Aim to finish your main meal at least 3 to 4 hours before you plan to sleep. This gives your digestive system ample time to process everything and your blood sugar a chance to stabilize. If you absolutely must have a snack closer to bedtime, choose something that's gentle on your blood sugar. Think a handful of raw almonds or walnuts, a small piece of cheese, or a few slices of avocado. These foods contain healthy fats and protein, which help to slow down sugar absorption and prevent that sharp rise and fall. Avoid anything sugary, starchy, or highly processed, that late-night biscuit, a bowl of cereal, or even a large piece of fruit. If you're particularly sensitive, think of it as giving your body a smooth, gentle landing rather than a turbulent descent. Over time, training your body to have stable blood sugar levels throughout the night can make a profound difference to those unwelcome wake-up calls. Now, beyond what we put into our bodies, let's consider something equally powerful: how you hydrate. Or perhaps, don't hydrate. Throughout the day, it might seem counterintuitive, but both underhydration and improper hydration timing can play a significant role in your 3 a.m. awakenings. If you don't drink enough water throughout the day, your body can become subtly dehydrated. This can lead to a host of issues, including muscle cramps, headaches, and a general feeling of malaise that can translate into restless sleep. Your body is constantly working to maintain balance, and if it's scrambling to find enough fluid for essential functions, it's not going to be able to drift into a deep, uninterrupted slumber. On the other hand, many people realize late in the evening that they haven't drunk enough water all day, and then they try to make up for it by downing a big glass of water right before bed. While admirable for the intention, this almost guarantees a trip to the bathroom in the middle of the night, disrupting your sleep cycle. Think of it as a delayed reaction. The fluids you consume just before bed will eventually need to be processed. And, for many people, that processing time coincides perfectly with the early morning hours. The solution here is simple but requires consistency. Hydrate steadily throughout the entire day. Aim for small sips of water regularly, rather than large gulps. Start your day with a glass of water. Keep a water bottle nearby, and make it a habit to drink something every hour or so. The goal is to be consistently well hydrated by early evening, allowing your body to process the fluids before you lie down for the night. As a general rule, try to finish the majority of your fluid intake at least 2 to 3 hours before your bedtime. If you wake up with a dry mouth in the middle of the night, a tiny sip of water is fine, but avoid chugging a full glass. This consistent approach to hydration supports all your bodily functions, allowing them to perform optimally without needing to signal for water in the middle of the night. By stabilizing your blood sugar and becoming a diligent, mindful hydrator, you're setting a strong foundation for more peaceful nights. Now, beyond the physical inputs, let's consider something that often runs rampant in the quiet of the night. Something even more impactful than what we eat or drink, now that we've discussed how our food and drink habits can impact our sleep. Let's talk about a silent culprit that often takes center stage in the quiet of the night. The untamed mind. You know the drill. You lie down, ready for sleep. And suddenly, your brain decides it's the perfect time to review your entire day. Construct arguments you'll never have, or compile a lengthy to-do list for tomorrow. It's as if all the thoughts and worries you pushed aside during the busy day come flooding in when the distractions cease. For many, that 3 a.m. wake-up isn't just a physical event. It's when the mind kicks into overdrive, picking up threads of anxiety, unresolved issues, or even just random, pointless chatter. The truth is, our brains aren't designed to just turn off like a light switch. They need a transition, a wind-down period, especially as we age and our natural sleep architecture changes. If we go from a busy, stimulating day straight into bed, our minds haven't had a chance to process and release all that mental clutter. The quiet of the night, particularly in those early morning hours when sleep is lightest, becomes the perfect stage for these thoughts to play out, pulling you out of your slumber and making it incredibly difficult to return. The key to taming the mind before bed is to create a conscious decompression period. Think of it as a pre-sleep routine for your brain. About an hour or two before you plan to go to sleep, start winding down mentally. This means putting away screens. The blue light from phones, tablets, and computers can interfere with melatonin production. But more importantly, the content itself can be stimulating. Instead, engage in calming activities, reading a physical book, listening to gentle, instrumental music, or practicing some slow, deep breathing exercises can be incredibly effective. One particularly powerful technique is to do a brain dump. Keep a notebook and pen by your bedside or in your living room. About an hour before bed, simply write down everything that's on your mind, your worries, your to-do list, any nagging thoughts. Don't censor yourself. Just get it all out on paper. Once it's written down, your brain often feels like it's been handled and doesn't need to keep replaying those thoughts. This act of transferring your mental clutter from your head to paper can be a profound relief, allowing your mind to quiet down and prepare for rest. It's about consciously shifting from a state of doing to a state of being, giving your mind the permission to relax and release. Next, let's consider another aspect of your body that might be working overtime in the early morning hours: your digestive system and liver. In traditional Chinese medicine, the hours between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. are associated with the liver meridian. a time when the liver is said to be most active in cleansing and regenerating. From a Western perspective, while the exact timing might be debated, the principle holds true if your body is busy processing a heavy meal, particularly one high in fat or sugar, or if your liver is working hard to metabolize alcohol or other substances. It can absolutely interfere with your sleep. Digestion is an active process that requires energy. And if your body is expending that energy on breaking down a late-night feast, it won't be able to fully enter the deep, restorative stages of sleep. You might find yourself waking up feeling a bit warm, restless, or even slightly nauseous, signaling that your internal systems are still on the clock. Alcohol is a classic example. While it might initially make you feel drowsy, it disrupts your sleep architecture later in the night, often leading to fragmented sleep and early awakenings as your liver works to process it out of your system. To support your body's night shift and prevent it from interrupting your slumber, focus on lighter, earlier dinners. Aim to make your evening meal the smallest of the day, and, ideally, finish eating at least 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed. Choose easily digestible foods like lean proteins, steamed vegetables, and whole grains. Avoid heavy, greasy, or spicy foods, which can cause indigestion and heartburn, leading to discomfort that wakes you up. Reduce or eliminate alcohol intake in the evenings, especially close to bedtime. Instead, opt for a calming herbal tea like chamomile or valerian root if you enjoy a warm drink, supporting your liver health generally through a balanced diet, rich in leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables, and plenty of water can also indirectly aid sleep, as a healthy liver functions more efficiently. By easing the burden on your digestive system and liver at night, you allow your body to focus on true rest and repair, rather than an intense internal workout. This simple shift in your eating schedule and choices can make a significant difference to those 3 a.m. wake-up calls. Finally, let's look at the subtleties of your sleep environment. Beyond just making it dark and cool, while we often hear about the importance of a dark, quiet, and cool bedroom, there are often subtle factors that we overlook that contribute to those unwanted wake-ups. For example, consistent temperature is key. Your body needs to drop its core temperature slightly to initiate and maintain sleep. If your bedroom temperature fluctuates throughout the night, perhaps it gets too warm, or drafts make it too cold, your body will constantly be adjusting, pulling you out of deeper sleep stages. Consider tiny light sources. You might not even notice the glowing power button on a TV, the charging light on a phone, the display on a digital alarm clock. Even these small pinpricks of light can be enough to disrupt your melatonin production and subtly signal to your brain that it's not truly dark. And what about sound beyond obvious loud noises? What about the subtle hum of an appliance, the distant traffic you've learned to tune out during the day, or even a dripping faucet? Your brain continues to process sounds even when you're asleep, and these low-level disturbances can prevent you from reaching the deepest, most restorative sleep. To fine-tune your sleep sanctuary, start by ensuring your bedroom temperature remains consistently cool throughout the night, ideally between 60-67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15-19 degrees Celsius. Use breathable bedding that helps regulate your temperature. Next, make your room as dark as possible. Cover or remove any electronic devices with glowing lights. Use blackout curtains or blinds to block out street lights or early morning sun. Even a sleep mask can be a game changer if you can't fully darken the room. For sound, address any obvious noise sources. If external noise is an issue, consider using a white noise machine or a fan, which can create a consistent, soothing background hum that masks sudden disruptive sounds. The goal is to create an environment that signals absolute safety, comfort, and stillness to your subconscious mind. By addressing these often overlooked nuances of your sleep environment, you're building a more robust fortress for your slumber. We've covered quite a bit, from the surprising impact of blood sugar and hydration to the power of taming your mind and even optimizing your body's night shift and your sleep environment. Each of these elements plays a vital role in those perplexing 3 a.m. wake-ups. But as I promised at the beginning, there's often a deeper, more profound reason behind this persistent pattern, especially as we navigate the journey of life beyond 60. This is the answer that might truly shock you. Because it's not just about what you eat, or how dark your room is, or even how many worries you have. It's about something far more fundamental, the surprising connection between your daytime purpose and your nighttime rest. Think about it during our working lives. Our days are often filled with structure, responsibilities, and clear goals. Whether it was a career, raising a family, or managing a household, there was a constant stream of tasks, challenges, and interactions that kept our minds engaged and our bodies active. When we retired, or when our children left home, or when some of our traditional roles shifted, that structure can sometimes diminish. For many, the rhythm of the day changes dramatically. If our days become too unstructured, too sedentary, or lack new challenges and meaningful engagement, our brains can become restless. They crave stimulation, purpose, and problem solving. If these needs aren't adequately met during our waking hours, your brain might start seeking that stimulation or attempting to process that void when it's quiet. And you're trying to sleep. That 3 a.m. awakening isn't just about a physical imbalance. It can be your mind subtly signaling a lack of profound purpose or adequate stimulation during your waking hours. It's the body's way of saying, "Hey, something isn't quite right with my daily rhythm and engagement." This isn't about needing to start a new career or take on grand projects, unless that's what truly calls to you. It's about cultivating meaning and engagement in your everyday life, in whatever form that takes. It could be learning a new skill or language, joining a local club or volunteer group, rekindling old hobbies, or even committing to a regular walking routine in nature with a sense of exploration. Perhaps it's dedicating time to a creative pursuit like painting, writing, or gardening. It might be nurturing social connections more intentionally, planning regular outings with friends, or simply engaging in stimulating conversations. When your days are filled with purpose, even small ones, and when your mind feels productively engaged, it has less unfinished business to process in the quiet hours of the night. Your brain has had its workout. It's felt a sense of contribution or learning, and it's therefore more ready for genuine rest. It's about finding that delightful balance between activity and tranquility, ensuring that your cup is filled with meaningful experiences during the day, so that at 3 a.m., your cup isn't overflowing with unaddressed mental energy or a sense of unfulfilled potential. So, while managing blood sugar, staying properly hydrated, taming your mental chatter, lightening your digestive load, and optimizing your sleep environment are all incredibly important pieces of the puzzle. The most surprising and often transformative element is to genuinely reflect on how you're filling your days. Are they stimulating enough? Are they meaningful enough? Are you actively engaging your mind and spirit? Remember, reclaiming your sleep is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small, consistent changes that build up over time. You are not broken, and you absolutely deserve to enjoy deep, restorative sleep every single night. Even small adjustments can make a profound difference to your health and happiness. I'd love to hear your experiences. What helps you sleep better? Have you discovered a surprising reason for your own 3 a.m. wake-ups? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Your insights can help so many others on their own journey to better sleep. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical advice and inspiring content designed to help you live your best life at every age. Remember, every sunrise offers a fresh start, and every night offers an opportunity for renewal. You deserve restful sleep and a vibrant, fulfilling life. Live your best life at every age.